Good evening, everyone. I'm Meet Vira, and you are watching Real Edutainment, where learning becomes practical, easier, and real life based, where we make the hard concept easier. Right now, you are going to have your midterm exams in your schools, which is going to be of 80 marks. And right now, the stress might be at its peak. So, this video is for making the chapters easier and more beneficial to you. So this entire session of 20 to 30 minutes is going to be about topographical map, India map, climate, soil resources, natural vegetation, water resources, waste management too, and how to write the examination. We will also be discussing about important concepts which are based on these chapters. So let's go one by one. So this is going to be the session roadmap where we will be doing complete revision of all the term 1 chapters, important concepts and board style questions, topographical map revision, India map practice, answer writing techniques, paper presentation and exam strategy. All these things, if you are watching very carefully, then your paper might become easier for you to write. So the first thing is topographical map, which is very scoring thing, but most of the students are scared of this because they do not open their book daily to practice about it. They're not aware about the conventional signs like metal road, unmetal road, railway lines. So the first thing which you are supposed to do is make a new notebook and practice the conventional symbols along with its name. You are also supposed to practice about the symbols, colors and the keywords which are seen in any topographical map. You are supposed to learn about contour shapes, then drainage patterns, dendritic, radius and parallel. Now the thing here is that many a times 2 marks questions are asked regarding the drainage pattern, and what you do is that you get confused between dendritic, radials and parallel river and you lose your mark there. Then settlement type, nucleated, linear and dispersed, these are the 3 settlement. When nucleated settlement is the place where lots of people live together near each other, and in linear all these people are living in one line which can be near a river, railway or any city. Then comes dispersed settlement where people live far away from each other. This can be found in rural India, forest region, mountainous region. So you need to understand that which kind of settlements have been asked in the map. So basically, the first thing you need to do is scale. You need to know the ratio given in the map and the ground distance, because entire topographical map starts with the ground ratio and the distance. Then only you are going to figure out the other things. Contours, shape and heights of line, land, conventional signs, symbols used on the map. As I told you, make a book, study the symbols and the names, the features, everything about it. Grid reference, 4 to 6 figure references which you have learned in grade 8. Now this reference, 6 figure reference, is used to make the concept more easier for you. So you need to practice this. Then direction, which is north, which is south, which is west and which is east. You need to prepare for it. There are total 8 directions given in any topographical map. Then distance, which is supposed to be calculated using the scale which is given in your topographical map. Then drainage pattern, kind of river system and its pattern. Then settlements, the kind of settlement which you are going to experience. Then transport network. When we talk about rural India, most of the roads are unmetalled. And when we talk about the urban areas or one city getting connected to another city, there you are going to find metal road. So you need to be aware about the basic knowledge that what kind of symbols can be used, what kind of river pattern can be seen in any topographical map. Then you are supposed to also know what is meant by seasonal river, what is meant by perennial river. Rivers which flow throughout the year will be known as perennial. Rivers which do not flow during the summer season will be known as seasonal rivers. So all this basic knowledge you are supposed to have before you go and attempt any topographical map. Once again I will tell you this in Hindi that topographical map का जो book तुम्हें दिया गया है उसे निकालो, उसकी प्रैक्टिस करो, तब भी जाके तुम्हारा जो रिजल्ट है उसका आउटकम अच्छा आएगा. Then let's move with the next one, India map work. Now I will tell you that how this map works and what mistakes the students do in their map work. First, we can go with like the basic things: mountains, rivers, dams, national parks, ports, airport, industries, important cities. First, you need to know that which city is where on the Indian map, in which state it is, what is the national capital, then which river is flowing from which state. For this also you need to write these things in your notebooks, that the river is flowing from which state, then the capital of the states of India. So the mountain ranges in our country, which is mostly in the northeast and in the north range, that you need to practice, the river names and from which states they are flowing. Dams, like which dam is in which state, you need to know that, from which river it's originating. Now remember, in your ICSE paper, the questions are not going to be very straightforward. Like in some schools or in boards, they can ask that find NW2 river, which is actually Brahmaputra river. But when you may know that it's Brahmaputra river, but the issue happens that you have studied it as Brahmaputra river, but you don't know what is NW2. That is the reason that be aware, be practical about the things you are learning. So if you know NW2 river means Brahmaputra, you are going to score 1 mark. And for learning map, you just don't need to memorize where the location is, but you also need to practice. You need to practice with a pencil and with a blank map of India, and then only you can score 10 out of 10 in any Indian map. Then ports of course near the west coast and east coast of India, airports, industries, important cities, all these things you need to learn, remember, memorize, then only you can score good marks. Then we will go with the first chapter of your midterm, that's climate. Which things you need to remember? Factors affecting climate, seasons, monsoon, rainfall, western disturbance, retreating monsoon, all these things you need to remember. Then you need to remember that which clouds are coming from which direction. Like Maharashtra gets its monsoon from the southwest region, that's in Arabian Sea. Then when we talk about the states, the rain is coming from Bay of Bengal. The eastern states receive their rainfall from Bay of Bengal. Then you need to remember about latitude, altitude, distance from sea, prevailing winds, ocean currents, relief and aspects, hot weather season, southwest monsoon, retreating monsoon season, and in which months all these things are happening. You need to memorize this. Then comes the monsoon part. Southwest monsoon is the wind which brings the normal rainfall in our country, and the rain which we experience in our state Maharashtra is also coming from this monsoon. It brings heavy rainfall, it hits the western Ghats first. You need to remember which is what is meant by orographic, what is meant by rain shadow region, leeward side, windward side of a mountain. Retreating monsoon blows from land to sea, brings rainfall to Tamil Nadu and southeast India. This kind of questions can be asked in your MCQ type of questions or assertion and reasoning question. Then withdrawal, which happens in the month of November. Remember, the states which are on the western side receive southwest monsoon, and the states which are on the eastern side receive retreating monsoon. Then you need to memorize what is meant by rainfall. Like India receives rainfall mainly from southwest monsoon, as I told you. Then you need to remember which side is going to experience more rainfall. Like the state or the region which is on the orographic side, windward side, receives more rainfall than the leeward side because the mountain blocks that entire cloud. Then the pattern of rainfall affects agriculture, vegetation, rivers, and lifestyle. Like there are certain crops which grow in a particular season. You need to memorize all this. Make concept maps, use keywords. You can also make notes on your own. You can also create tables. You can do many things to memorize all these things. The thing is, it's very easier. You just need to work smartly and do some hard work. Then western disturbance, which is coming from the Mediterranean region, which is far from our country, but still it influences our climate. Then comes, you need to also understand retreating monsoon, which state it is affecting, all this basic knowledge, all these things you need to remember from the climate chapter, and mostly give reason type of questions are asked from this chapter. And also one more thing, there is a calculation sum which is very easier to remember if you know the basics. Like they may ask you find the average temperature of any region. For that you need to calculate, you need to sum calculate all the months, that temperature, and then divide it with 12. That will be your answer. So key terms to remember is climate, season, monsoon, rainfall, western disturbance, retreating monsoon. Then the next chapter is soil resources. In this thing, the best thing you can do is make a table. This entire chapter is based on the facts on what kind of soil are found where. You need to remember what is alluvial soil, the most fertile soil which is found in India, black soil, red yellow soil, laterite soil, arid soil, forest soil and mountain soil. In this entire thing, you also need to know the other names for these soils. Then types of soil, their characteristics, distribution, conservation, soil erosion, all these factors you need to remember. Telling you again to make such a table which will make it easier to remember. Then soil profile, this can come for 2 marks, where you need to remember topsoil, subsoil, weathered, bedrock. So while answering, write the characteristics, which is features of that soil, distribution, importance, conservation to score full marks. Always remember, write your answer in points and not in paragraphs. Then comes natural vegetation. Natural vegetation refers to the plant life that grows naturally in particular area without human intervention. So this entire chapter is based on type of forest, the types of forest which are found in the world, in our country. So the kinds of forest. I have made one entire lecture on types of forest, which you can find in the nearby videos. Tropical evergreen, tropical deciduous, tropical thorn forest, mangrove forest, mountain forest. And what you need to remember is the kind of climate they grow in, the rainfall they require, examples of them, distribution and importance. You also need to give reasons. So learn the type, features, region and importance for the full marks. Then comes the chapter water resources. Surface water, groundwater, rainwater harvesting, multipurpose projects, conservation. These are the main things based on this entire chapter. So surface water is the water which is seen above the ground level. It can be lakes, river, water bodies like streams, canals. So major source for drinking, irrigation, industry and hydroelectric power. So you need to remember the difference between surface water and groundwater. Now groundwater is the water which is found beneath the surface of the earth, obtained through wells, tube wells, hand pumps used for drinking, irrigation. Over extraction leads to decline in water table. Now in this kind of question last year or maybe in 2025, board examination was based, like that one question was based on why Punjab is facing this issue. So that thing was over irrigation which was done in the state of Punjab. So you need to remember that which state is facing which kind of issues. Rainwater harvesting, this can be also asked for 2 marks or maybe 4 marks, where you need to understand the concept. Also be prepared with the diagrams. Diagrams are very must in any geographical answer. Multipurpose projects. Multipurpose projects, in which states you can say a multipurpose project. What is meant by multipurpose project? All these things you need to understand. What are the advantages of it? Then conservation, use water wisely, fix. This kind of questions are very easy to answer. So remember all these things. Then exam tip, while answering, link every answer with availability, uses and conservation. This helps you score full marks. Also, one more thing is that you need to remember that which state is having which kind of project, hydroelectricity project, multi-purpose project. Just remember all these things. Then from the next chapter, the important topics. Waste management, which is one of the easiest topic in your grade 10. Very practical chapter. Waste segregation, how we differentiate it. 3 hours. Reuse, reduce, recycle. So if this kind of questions come, you can score 2 out of 2. Then composting, vermicomposting, the difference can be asked. Biogas, how it is prepared. Understand the method, purpose, importance of each topic. Then only you are going to score full marks. E-waste, why it is so different. Biomedical waste, hazardous waste, sustainable development, all this concept. When you read, understand, and if you are not able to understand, for making the answers simpler, you can use internet, you can use open source AI. That is going to make your learning very easier. So use AI wherever it's possible to make the subject very easier for you. Then most expected questions based on cause and effect, that can be coming under give geographical reason. It requires explanation, use factual knowledge, write in points for better presentation. Don't go for paragraph. Always write in points. It makes your answer look very clean, tidy, and up to the mark. Define terms. Always give clear and precise meaning. Whenever a definition has been asked in the examination, use the textual definition word by word. Do not change it. Then use textbook language whenever you are writing definition. One or two sentences are sufficient to define something, like define monsoon. You can explain how it originates. Then the second thing is show clear point of difference. Write in tabular or point form. Highlight key contrast. Just underline the important things. Differentiate between tropical evergreen and tropical deciduous forest. Then recall based questions. Name the following. Write short and accurate answers. Use diagrams wherever you are supposed to. Be clean in your work. Name the major soil types found in India. Make a tabular form. Then only answer this. State advantages. Mention benefits, importance, write in points, and be specific with your answers. State advantages of rainwater harvesting. Prepare a diagram, write it in point, why you need it, advantages, definition, all these things you need to mention. While drawing a diagram question, draw neat and label diagrams. Use pencil. Do not draw your diagrams using a pen. Always go for a pencil. Then comes headings and labels. Whenever you are done with your diagram, take a minute, use a pencil, label it, then go for the next question, because without labeling it, your diagram will be incomplete. Then map questions, locate accurately, use proper symbols, practice on blank maps as much as possible. Locate the Western Ghats on the outline map of India. So once in a week, work on topographical maps and on Indian map. Then how to write answers that score full marks. See, remember the golden rule, marks are awarded for correct points and not for lengthy answers. Most of the students have this misconception that if their answer is lengthy, they are going to get full marks in that. But that's the wrong assumption you make. What you are supposed to do, write the answer in points and as much as required. Do not go for extra pointers, extra lines, which is going to waste your time. And it may happen that you may know the next answer, but you couldn't write it because of the time issue, which you created yourself by writing this in paragraph and very lengthy way. So read the command word carefully. Before you write any paper, you are supposed to read the entire question paper. For example, there may be terms like state, explain, give reason, differentiate. You need to understand what the question is trying to tell you. Go with that. Write only the required number of points. For example, the question is of 2 marks. Just go for 2 to 4 points. Do not go for 6 points or 8 points because it will consume lots of time. Then your next answer may be incomplete. Underline important geographical terms. Wherever you see that there is a new keyword, a new geographical term, underline it. Do not use highlighters in the exam, just use a pencil. Use headings and subheadings wherever it's appropriate. Avoid writing long paragraph. As I told you, telling you again that avoid writing long paragraph and write your answers in point. Draw neat label diagrams whenever required. Okay, then paper solving strategy. Before writing the paper, read all questions carefully. Do not skip the entire paper. From reading instructions till the last line, last word, go very carefully. Decide the order of attempting questions. Always go for the easier section. Go for the sections which you know very well. Otherwise, you will waste your time. That's the reason that always go with the order of attempting questions. Spend 3 to 5 minutes planning your approach, that how you are going to write the answer. Create the answer in your mind before you make it in your paper. During the exam, attempt easy questions first. That's the basic rule and it's going to always give you an upper hand because it saves lots of time. Follow the mark allocation. Do not go for the lengthy answers. Leave space if unsure and return letter. If you are attempting a section which you know, but in that section there is one question which you don't know, leave space. Then go for another section. Leave the space, because remember, if you write the answer behind after the paper is done, that thing will not be considered. तो जो आंसर नहीं आता उसकी स्पेस छोड़ो और नेक्स्ट आंसर लिखो, और जब वो आंसर तुम्हें थोड़ा बहुत आता है लास्ट में वो आके वापस लिखो. That will save your presentation work. Manage your time wisely for all the sections, and whenever you are practicing board papers, prelim papers, or any paper at your home, have a clock next to you. Before submission, check the numbering, that you have numbered all the questions properly, the answers you are writing are they written in a proper way. Check for the commas, full stop. Verify map labels, underline keywords, always use pencil for underlining. Ensure no question is left unanswered. Attempt whatever you know, just attempt it. A quick review can make big difference in your score. So basically this thing, whenever your paper is done, check it twice, thrice, but check it. Next one, how to write answers. For example, your question has been asked, how to write answers in ICSE board paper. Understand the question. Like here a question has been given, briefly discuss a successful community-based conservative initiative in India focused on preserving natural vegetation. So here, which one has been given? Briefly discuss. That word has been given. So short answer in points. Don't go for paragraph. Again, I am repeating, go with pointers, write in lines. Include key points only. Underline those key points. Write in this manner. For example, your answer should start with introduction. Your answer always need to start with an introduction. So first, how you will introduce it? A successful community-based conservation initiative in India focused on preserving natural vegetation is the Chipko movement. Here you can see that the student has underlined this word Chipko movement because it's the key word there. So whenever you underline this, the person who is checking your paper will think about your efficiency and he may give you good marks. Now the next is how your body should look like. The Chipko movement began in the 1970s. Here you can see the year. So it is supposed to be underlined in the Himalayan region of Uttarakhand. Here you can see which region they are underlining, the Himalayan region and Uttarakhand, because it's the geographical state where this happened. Second, it was a grassroots movement to prevent deforestation and promote sustainable forest management. So all these things you need to remember. Now see, sustainable forest management. This is a new keyword. So underline it. Local villagers, especially women, hug trees to prevent them from being cut by logging companies. Fourth one, it helped in conserving forest and raised awareness about the importance of trees and in maintaining ecological balance. Another thing, see again they have underlined ecological balance, which is a geographical word. So whenever you see any geographical term like biodiversity, carbon cycle, oxygen cycle, underline those terms. Then conclusion should be of 1 to 2 lines. Now conclusion is what makes your answer perfect. So the movement's success led to a ban on tree felling. Like what happened after all this thing? That's your conclusion. Every answer should have a conclusion. So in the Himalayan region for 15 years and influenced future environmental policies in India. That is your conclusion. So what were the key points? Short introduction, 4 to 5 clear points, relevant conclusion. This is how you make your answer perfect. Then general rules for writing answers, write in points, not in paragraph. Number every point, underline important keywords, answer only what is asked, be precise. Do not start writing a story which will not make sense. So always write the answer which makes sense, which are up to the point, and be precise. You are supposed to keep your answer short and to the point. As I told, your answer should not be lengthy, it should be contentful but not lengthy. Maintain neatness and proper spelling. And also one more thing, if you make any error, just put a small slash there. Do not go for scribbling, which will ruin your entire paper presentation. Then presentation matters. Yes, of course it matters. That's the reason you are supposed to use blue or black pen. Whatever the instruction is given in the paper, use those pen. Leave a line between points, which will show your neatness. Do not overwrite or cut. Do not scribble. Just put a small line. If you have made a mistake, put a small line. Give the answer a proper structure. Without a proper structure, your answer will not be considered good or nice. So these are the things we are supposed to put in your paper. Okay, let's say regarding the map work, lot of mistake has been created by students while doing the map work. So in this map, there are many mistakes. Let's see one by one. So first, 10 things which you need to avoid. Do not use a pen. The entire map should be drawn only with a well sharpened HB pencil. You can see the student has written the map using a pen, which is very wrong, and you won't be given any marks if you are making your map work using a pen. Always go for a pencil. Avoid dark or thick lines. Rivers, arrows and boundaries should be thin and neat. Do not use a thick pencil. Use a HB pencil which is in a very perfect condition. Do not shade heavily. Use light, uniform diagonal shading only where required. Even for shading, use this kind of shading. Do not go for scribbling. Marks location accurately. Incorrect placement like Karakoram Pass. This has been marked very inaccurately. That's the reason that the student is losing 1 mark. See, as I told, map, topographical map, MCQ, all of these things are very scoring. But if you do silly mistake, that will cost 1 mark will be gone. Like one entire mark will be gone if you make any silly mistake. Second, fourth thing which you need to remember, mark locations accurately. Fifth one, draw mountain ranges correctly. Aravalli range, instead of circles or random arrows, show the complete range. Now Aravalli range, we know that this region says the increase of desert in entire Rajasthan. So remember, the map questions can also be asked in a very twisted way. So draw perfect mountain range. Keep labels small, neat and horizontal. Use short leader lines pointing to the exact features. Avoid overcrowding the map. The map should be neat. It should be spacious. Do not overcrowd it. Do not mingle everything in your map. Otherwise, it's going to look very untidy, unprofessional. Next is draw neat parallel arrows for winds and currents. Do not overlap or make them oversized. Proper arrow. See, this kind of arrow won't work. This kind of arrows are entirely wrong. You need to use a scale to make the arrows, and it can save your marks. It can give you marks. So use a proper scaling, and always remember where this direction is showing, the wind direction. Here it's shown in a very inaccurate way, and this is the reason why the student is losing his or her mark here. Then when we talk about the southwest monsoon, marked arrow should go upside, this side, towards the southwest region, towards this side. Use standard ICSE map conventions, small dots, like whenever you get time, whenever the time is available, go to your teachers, ask them that which kind of symbols you are supposed to use, which color pencil you are supposed to use. Make neat symbols and consistent labeling. That's the reason I'm planning to solve one map every week, because then only you can score 10 out of 10 in your map work and topographical map work. Keep the map clean, avoid overwriting. Erasing repeatedly can also ruin your map work, or making unnecessary marking. Mark only those things which have been asked in your map. Do not go for additional things. Okay, one more thing. See, the student is not clear with the concept, like where the river Narmada is supposed to flow. The river Narmada flows from many states in India, like it originates from Madhya Pradesh, then it goes to Maharashtra, Gujarat, and it ends in the Arabian Sea. So he or she is supposed to know the flow of river, in which direction it's flowing. So that's the reason I'm telling again and again to solve each map, one map daily in a week. Final message is that understand the concept. Do not do rectification. It's never going to make sense in any examination. Know your topics clearly. Build a strong foundation whenever you get time. discuss with your friends regarding keywords, regarding the capitals of each states. You can also discuss about soil, which kind of crops can be grown in which soil. All these things you need to discuss it with your friend. Once you build this habit and once you repeat this thing again and again, then only you will memorize the key concepts of the geography. Then present your answers neatly, use points, underlining and proper structure. It may happen that you know the answer but you are writing in paragraph. That will show a very wrong message to the person who is checking your paper. That's the reason I'm telling you to write the answers in points. Practice maps regularly. Identify, label and interpret with accuracy, whether it's an Indian map or a topographical map. Consistency in preparation is must. Clarity in concept, build confidence while writing the answers. So these were all the key takeaways from the today's session. I hope you do all these things which I have mentioned to you. All the best for your exams. For more such amazing and useful videos, like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you.